Welcome back to Detail Garage. I'm Matt, and today we're talking about water spots. So I parked my car here at work, I got hit by sprinklers, it was the middle of the day, the spots got baked into the paint. So I've got many levels of water spot damage on the car. There's light ones and there's heavy ones that have etched all the way in. So I'm going to show you how to remove water spots from your car depending on the level of severity that the water spots have damaged your paint. So we're going to start with the least aggressive method and go up to the most aggressive to take care of anything. First thing, let's just see if we can wash them off. I have some EcoSmart and a towel, so let's just see if we can remove the dust, dirt, and the water spots from the hood and the front grille of my car. So you saturate the area, take your towel, wipe the dirt away in one direction so it collects on the towel. Roll the fresh edge as you go. You don't want to grind the dirt in. And I'm going to go into the grill as well. I'm just going to see if I can take care of some of these water spots. After you've removed the dirt, go ahead and flip your towel to a dry side and buff off the wax left over in the solution. So, as you can see now, we've taken care of some of the larger spots that were on the surface. But if you look certain angles, and this would definitely show in the sunlight, you can see that there's a lot of spots all over still left in the paint. I don't know if you want to get like a close-up on any of this now or whatever you want to do. So you can still see there's a bunch of spots.
Yeah, you can see when you overexpose it.
Yeah, so you can see all these spots.
1 second. That's right. So.
Yeah, so we started the hood looking very nasty like that, and we've taken care of a lot of the bigger spots, but looking carefully you can see we still have a lot of spots left in the paint. So let's try to get those out. So, cool. You good? So we tried washing the car, and that took care of a good deal of some of the larger spots we had on the surface. But as you see, we still have some spots left in the paint. So now we're going to go up to the next aggressive method. We're going to try the clay bar. So the clay bar is good for removing embedded dirt, pollution, and contaminants that get stuck on your paint, things that land on your car and get stuck there. So sometimes water spots will get stuck on the paint, and you can take it off with a clay bar. I'm going to use the OG clay bar. I'm just going to get this ready to go. If you're not super familiar with a clay bar, you can look on our YouTube channel where we have over 600 videos on how to detail just about any part of your car, and you can learn about how to use the clay bar and all the finer points of the clay bar. So I'm just going to get some luber, shake it up, saturate this little area, and I'm going to try to remove these embedded spots of the clay bar. It's important to use a high quality clay bar and lubricant when you clay. You don't want to induce any more micro marring as you go. Very good. A lot of people ask, how do you know when you've clayed enough? Once the surface feels and sounds smooth, you're done. All right, cool. Set this down, I'll get a fresh towel, and let's see what we're working with. See what we're left with. Okay, looks somewhat better, but nope, we still got these spots. And this can be very frustrating. And for people not in the know who don't know all these different steps you can do, it can be very frustrating and alarming to keep, like you're trying all these different things and you still have water spots on your car. It's a real bummer. So the clay bar didn't work. What's the next aggressive step? We're going to try a water spot remover. So this is a chemical we make. It's the heavy duty water spot remover, and it is slightly acidic. So we're playing with the chemistry now. Water spots tend to be alkaline. It's all the minerals left over in the water once the droplet evaporates. And you hit it with an acid, neutralizes the alkalinity. Now, if you want to order this, you do have to contact our customer service department. It's a little tricky to ship this particular product at the moment. We're coming out with a different size, so we'll be able to ship that out like any of our other products from our website. So we're working the product in. Always straight lines. You never want to wipe in circles on your car. Should you get anything on your applicator or whatever you're rubbing, your towel, you don't want to scratch in 360 degrees. So you work the product in, see if we can break down any of these heavier minerals that are left on the car. Now this water spot remover works on paint, glass, metal. I would avoid using it on plastic surfaces, but this is great to use on all the automotive parts that are shiny or clear. So once you've worked the product in, the only thing you need to do is remove it. Now you need to wash the car basically with water to neutralize any of the acid. You don't want to let that set too long. I'm just going to use some more EcoSmart. We've now neutralized all the acid. And just like before, we're going to wipe one direction to take off all the chemical. And now we're going to buff off the residue just as before. Now if you come back in again, you see we still got all these water spots. Super frustrating. So we tried washing the car, we tried clay, we tried the water spot remover, the chemical, and we're still left with the spots. So I'm pretty sure everything that we see here on the hood is etched into the paint, which means the spot has actually corroded and is burned into the paint. And I mean, nothing else we put on top is going to get rid of it. So now we have to remove paint to actually get the spot to go away. So we need to go to machine polishing. Here I have the TORQ 10FX dual action polisher, latest and greatest machine to hit the market. And I know from experience in polishing this car that I have to use a microfiber pad and a compound like V34 to actually do any paint correction. So I'm going to go ahead and prime this pad. Make a little X. Spread the product in. And I'm going to put a little pad conditioner on the pad. Now for demonstration purposes, before I get started, I want to put some tape down on the paint on the hood, just so we can get a 50-50 shot before and after, so you can see how much we remove the water spots with this process. You don't actually need to use tape when you do this on your own car, but just so we can see the difference in stark contrast for all you folks at home, we'll put the tape down. Okay, got my polish ready to go. Pour it over the shoulder. I'm gonna just do a little 2x2 area right here on the front of the hood. Okay. And the TORQ machine is great. We have the digital controls. You flip the machine on, it's waiting for me. Once I click this little button, slow start, the machine is very smooth. So I use the slow setting to spread out the compound evenly over the surface. Now I'm going to turn it all the way up to cut away some paint. See you in a moment. Love using this machine. It's very smooth, very pleasant to use, and it gets the job done very well. So, we did our passes. The polish has turned clear, so now we know it's ready to be removed. It's already done its work. Let's go ahead and buff off the residue. And now, if you look, you'll see all these spots are completely gone. We've cut away the paint where the water minerals have etched into the paint, and we're left with a totally flat surface with no spots whatsoever. So that's the most aggressive method I would use to remove water spots. If even this stage would not remove water spots, I would bump up to a heavier compound like V32. If that didn't get it, you might have to do some wet sanding. That's like the end of the road, basically. If you have to wet sand water spots to remove them, I mean, you're better off going to a body shop where they can do that for you, because that's some pretty intense work, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can really do a lot of damage to your paint. So I'm going to follow up this polishing step with some V36 to back out the marring left by the compounding and get a nice fine finish on this paint. See you in a second. So this is where we're playing all the dubstep in the video.
Wah wah, chicka chicka wah wah. You don't need to record me. You just don't cut, please. So much polish.
It's really not.
Maybe you should tell people why you need to prime a microfiber pad and not a hexalogic pad.
You prime both, you just do it differently. Okay, ready? All right, so you might notice that I'm priming this microfiber pad a bit differently than we do the foam pads. That just has to do with the microfiber, and I want to coat all of these little individual strands that are standing up. I want to coat each of these with some polish. So with the hexalogic foam pads, you just put the 5 to 6 dots and you spray it with the pad conditioner, and as you go, it kind of spreads around and works over the whole pad. With a microfiber, it's best just to coat the whole thing when you first go. I like to do the X, rub it in across the whole face of the pad, and then after that, once I have the whole pad primed and I've used it, then I would add the 5 to 6 dots for subsequent passes. Using big words like subsequent on our channel. Once again, just go ahead, dab out the polish on the surface. Spread it out evenly. Click the machine on. Bump up to the first setting. Spread out the polish. Now bump it up to full speed. Do the paint correction. That's it, our polish is turning clear. It's done its job. Time to remove it, get a fresh towel, and simply buff off the residue. There we go. Now we have the beautiful lustrous shine again of this paint, and no more unsightly, ugly water spots. If you don't take care of water spots fast enough, if you don't wash them off immediately, if you don't clay them off, if you don't use a water spot remover, this is what happens. It'll actually etch into the paint and cause permanent damage. So you need to get on them as soon as you can. That depends on a lot of factors. If your car is sitting out in the sun, it can bake the minerals in. It depends on what minerals are in the water, so it's best just to take care of them as soon as you can before they can do any damage. So now that we've removed the spots, the paint is now totally exposed, it's time to protect it. So once again, I'm going to switch out my pads. I'm going to use a brand new red HexLogic pad. So the red pad is our softest pad, and this is good for spreading fine sealants and cream waxes over your car. So here we go, nice and centered. I'm going to use some of our JetSeal. JetSeal is our flagship sealant. It gives you year-long protection against the harshest of elements: pollution, grime, water, insects, bugs, birds, any of that stuff. I'm just going to put a few dots over this pad. Now, these dots that I've applied would do the entire hood very easily. I'm just going to put on this one little area, but I'm just going to show you how quickly you can spread product using a machine and the right pad. So here we go. I'm just going to put a couple dabs out. I'm going to turn the machine to the lowest speed setting. That's it. So you can imagine how quickly you can wax or seal your entire car. If you're a professional detailer or an enthusiast who loves to detail your own cars, you can do a lot of work very quickly with these versatile machines. It's super important to have the right machine for the right job. JetSeal has a 15-minute dry time. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab a water, kick back for a little bit, let this cure. See you in a moment. So we're back. Our JetSeal has dried.
Stop, walk out, do it again. Sit down and start talking. Boo. 3, 2.
So we're back. Our JetSeal has dried. We're ready to remove it. Take a clean microfiber towel. Simply buff off the residue to reveal a beautiful shine that's protected against the harshest elements. So now I'm going to remove this tape so you can see the 50-50 difference, the before and after. We remove the water spots and seal the paint against any future damage. So now that I finished this little test spot, I'm going to replicate the same process using the polisher with a compound and then the polish over the entire hood to remove all the water spots. If you guys have any questions, you can send us an email. You can go on our website. You can go on our YouTube channel where we have over 600 videos on how to detail anything. You can also go on our website to order any of the fantastic products we use in today's video. And I'm going to get on the rest of this hood because these water spots are driving me nuts. I'm Matt. Finland.